All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and this is your weekly Zer PSA. Zer's located on Nessus. He's climbed up in the tree here. You'll find him by going to the Watcher's grave here, landing zone. Once you get to him, you'll inspect, and you'll see these weapons. We'll go over everything, God rolls and not. We got Hard Light, which was a really good auto rifle back in the day. It got nerfed quite a bit. Still a 600 though. Still can hang in the meta, in my opinion. These 600s are pretty spicy in PvP. It doesn't have too much viability in PvE, even though you can switch its affinity to Solar, Arc, and Void. When is the Hard Light going to get an update so it can swap from Solar, Arc, Void, and Stasis, though? That's the question I want to know, Bungie. Next up, we have Shards of Galinar, a very, very good Hunter exotic gauntlet, one that I use regularly when I go into the Atheon encounter. So if you're out there trying to beat Atheon, this one's really, really good. With Time's Vengeance, you get your supers back a ton. And so this will make it so you can just spam a ton of supers. It's really nice. And this has high intellect on it too, 17 intellect. This is actually a pretty good roll, 62 stat average, but the decent distribution, so I'd grab that if I were you. Crest of Alpha Lupi for your Titan is a pretty good Titan exotic chest piece. Get more orbs from supers, gives you one more orb from popping your bubble is regularly what people use with this. And you can cast your barricade to heal, so you put up your Titan 1, you get healed from it. I don't really see too many people rocking this too often. It's usually the type of exotic you swap to anything, but it is out there. And a 62 stat roll is not too bad. The Sunbracers, next up. This is actually a really good exotic gauntlet for your Warlock. Solar Grenades burn longer, melee kills restore them. Very, very strong. And the recovery is low on these. It does have decently high discipline though, and 65 stat overall, so not too bad for the Warlock. And next up, let's go down to the weapons. An auto-loading Swashbuckler Dire Promise. It's actually, the Swashbuckler procs really, really well if you're rocking a Titan. So if you haven't given this a try yet, make sure to grab this Dire Promise. If you're using like a bottom tree striker, getting knockout punches, you'll be getting this swash ×5 from those punches, and then you'll be absolutely shredding people with this. It's actually a decent roll. Obviously, auto-loading is kind of a wasted perk here, but not too bad of a roll for Titans out there, or for people that like to punch quite a bit. JIAN 7. Pulse Rifle is the 390 archetype, which is that awkward archetype that doesn't 2-burst. So usually you want like Rampage, Kill Clip, some damage boosting perks, so that way you can 2-burst after you get a first kill. This doesn't have any damage boosting perk, and Full Auto is very much a wasted perk on these, so don't need that. It's not the best roll. The last Perdition, another 390, but this one does have a damage boosting perk, which is Kill Clip. So you get a kill with this, and then you'll be able to 2-burst people pretty effortlessly, especially. So that'll be nice. This is actually a decent roll. Under pressure probably won't pair very well with Kill Clip, but not too bad of a roll overall. 7th Seraph CQC is this 80 RPM of shotguns, the step just above the 140s, which are like the spammy shotguns. These are pretty good overall right now in the current Crucible meta. This roll right here is average at best. Auto-loading is a bit wasted, but not too bad if you need you know, an average or maybe even just below average shotgun. Hollow Words roll right here is terrible though. Lead from Gold, Disruption Break, no. We're not using this. Nope. And Behringer's Memory is also terrible. Nothing good on this. Don't need to grab that. And lastly, this Keening is also atrocious. Don't need that either. The last three are no good. The other four are average. Next up, we're going down to the armor. We got a 62 stat roll on this gauntlet with a distribution high in recovery, discipline, and intellect. So that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want often, especially if you're rocking Stasis Hunter, because you don't need those shurikens that are a complete waste. You don't need a ton of resilience. So honestly, this is a great gauntlet for your Hunter. I would highly recommend grabbing this, even though it's not a crazy 68 stat roll of insanity. The distribution, if you're using a Stasis Hunter right now, is perfect. Make sure to grab this thing. This is, I don't know if I'd call this a god roll, because it's like not 65 where I think you should have for a god roll, but I mean, you're gonna be very hard. It's gonna be very hard to find a roll this good. That's what I'm trying to get at. Next up, we got a 62 stat roll and 22 strength on this one. Again, the exact opposite. You don't, unless you're looking for a ton of melee energy from your Hunter build, this is probably not going to be nearly as good as this gauntlet. This gauntlet is definitely the keeper for this week. And then the class item is a class item. Nothing special about that. 59 stat roll helmet and a 59 stat roll boots. Not too bad distribution overall, but nothing too crazy. And that's a wrap for this week. Enjoyed the video? Make sure to subscribe, smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.